Mr. Woods, CEO of Exxon, do you agree that climate change is real?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Lawler, CEO of BP America, do you agree that climate change is caused by human activities?
Yes.
Mr. Worth, CEO of Chevron, do you agree that burning fossil fuels is a significant cause of climate change?
We accept the scientific consensus that the use of fossil fuels contributes to climate change.
Welcome back. Last month, executives from Shell, Chevron, BP America, and ExxonMobil all testified in front of the House Oversight and Reform Committee. And they faced some tough questions about how their companies contributed to climate misinformation and how they may still today.
James Black was an Exxon scientist, and I'd like to put up on the screen what he told the company's top executives in a secret briefing back in 1978, more than 40 years ago. And he said, and I quote, "There is a general scientific agreement that the most likely manner in which mankind is influencing the global climate is through carbon dioxide release from the burning of fossil fuels."
10 years before NASA scientist Jim Hansen testified, Exxon scientists suspected the impact carbon dioxide release would have on our environment. But according to the Oversight Committee, in 1996 and 1997, then CEO Lee Raymond publicly stated that scientific evidence was inconclusive and that the case for global warming is far from airtight.
I'm asking you, Mr. Woods, do you agree there is an inconsistency between what Mr. Raymond, the Exxon CEO, told the public and what Mr. Black and Mr. Cohen, both Exxon scientists, told top executives?
Chairwoman, no, I do not agree.
And they weren't the only company aware of the issue.
Before even in the 90s and 80s, we were aware of reports that were out there. There was a lot of science. There was a lot of debate that was published during that time period. But I would say that BP focused on the landmark IPCC study in 1996.
That study then directly attributed climate change to human influence. And while the CEOs repeatedly testified that their respective companies' positions held with the science at the time, actions spoke otherwise. All Big Four companies are members of an organization called the American Petroleum Institute, or API. That group seeks to advance the cause of and lobby for the fossil fuel industry.
And they're really having an impact. You know, they're spending millions of dollars in Congress to kill electric vehicles. And they're spending millions of dollars against the methane gas. And you could do something here. You could tell them to knock it off for the sake of the planet. You could end it. You could end that lobbying. Would any of you take the opportunity to look at API and say, stop it?
Chairman Khanna, what I'll commit to is continuing to be an active member of the API.
While oil and gas companies acknowledge climate change exists today, the money hasn't flowed to Washington, D.C. In the last 10 years, oil and gas companies have spent nearly $500 million to lobby for legislation. And out of nearly 5,000 attempts to effect it, they've tried to only further climate change policy 8 times, 0.17% of their total efforts.
Unlike what they were telling us previously, which is this isn't a problem, now they're admitting it's a problem. So in a sense, they're telling the truth, but they're telling a very selective version of the truth.
Part of that truth includes the formation of the Oil and Gas Climate Initiative. The group claims to battle climate change and search for renewable sources of energy. Why?
The thing that climate scientists were warning us would happen, that our weather would start getting worse, it's becoming increasingly obvious. People get injured and or killed during extreme weather events. And there are a whole variety of different ways in which climate change is harming the health of Americans across the country already.